There is a legal loophole that can add 10 years of credit history to your name in one single phone call. No loan, no credit card, no fee. Banks don't advertise it. Most people never find out about it until it's too late. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how it works, and the one mistake that turns this free trick into a financial trap. Stay till the end because step 3 is the one everyone gets wrong. Meet Daniel, 22 years old, just graduated, first real job offer in hand. He walks into a car dealership feeling like a grown adult for the first time in his life. He picks the car, he signs the paperwork, he waits for the approval. Then the finance manager comes back with a face Daniel will never forget. "I'm sorry, you don't have enough credit history, we can't approve you." No credit card. No student loan. No late payments. Daniel had done everything right. And it still wasn't enough. Because in the world of credit, doing nothing is the same as doing something wrong. But 3 months later, Daniel walked into that same dealership and walked out with the keys. What changed? He didn't get a new job. He didn't get a loan. He used a trick that's been sitting in plain sight for over 30 years. Here's what nobody tells you about credit scores. They're not built on income. They're not built on how responsible you are. They're built on history. Time, plain and simple. The credit bureaus don't know you. They don't know you pay your rent on time, that you've never missed a bill, that you're the most responsible person in your friend group. All they see is a blank page, and a blank page looks identical to a risky page. So when Daniel applied for that car loan, the bank wasn't rejecting him as a person, they were rejecting a stranger with no paper trail. This is the trap millions of people fall into every single year, and it can take 5, sometimes 7 years to climb out of it the slow way. Daniel didn't have 7 years, he had 3 months. So he called his older sister, and she told him something that sounded almost too simple to be real. His sister, Priya, had a credit card she'd had for 12 years. Perfect payment history. Never missed a single due date. She said, "Add yourself to my card as an authorized user. It won't cost you anything." Daniel was confused. "Wait, I don't even need to use the card?" "No," she said. "You don't even need to carry it in your wallet." Here's what most people don't understand. Being an authorized user doesn't mean you're responsible for the debt. It means the credit card company will report her entire account history onto his credit file, her 12 years of perfect payments, her low balance, her long relationship with the bank. All of it copied like a stamp onto a credit file that used to be empty. Priya picked up the phone, called her card issuer and said 5 words, "I'd like to add an authorized user." It took 11 minutes. 11 minutes to attach over a decade of financial trust to Daniel's name. But here's where it gets dangerous, because this trick has a dark side almost nobody warns you about. If Priya had ever missed a payment, maxed out that card, or fought with a partner and stopped paying out of spite, every single one of those mistakes would have landed on Daniel's credit file too. He wouldn't get a warning call. He wouldn't get a say in it. He would just wake up one day and watch his score fall for someone else's decision. This is the part influencers leave out of their 60-second videos. Being an authorized user is not a cheat code, it's a mirror. Whatever the primary cardholder does, good or bad, reflects onto you. That's why this trick only works with one very specific type of person. And if you pick the wrong person, this free credit hack can quietly destroy your score before you even apply for anything. So how do you actually do this the right way without getting burned? The first rule: only ever ask someone with a track record you'd trust with your own bank account. Not a friend who's usually good with money. Not a partner you've dated for 2 months. Someone with years, ideally 5 or more, of on-time payments, low credit usage, and a card that's still active. Priya qualified. Old account. Perfect history. Low balance. That's the profile you're looking for. But even with the right person, there's a second mistake that can quietly cancel out everything this trick is supposed to do, and almost nobody talks about it. Not every credit card reports authorized users to the credit bureaus. Some smaller banks and store cards simply don't bother. If Priya's card didn't report authorized users, Daniel's phone call would have done nothing. Zero impact, zero benefit, a wasted 11 minutes. So before you ask anyone for this favor, there's one question you must ask first. Does your card report authorized users to all 3 credit bureaus? If the answer is yes, you're in business. If the answer is no, or I don't know, you move on to someone else. This single question is the difference between building real credit and chasing a myth. 3 weeks after that phone call, Daniel checked his credit report. For the first time in his life, it wasn't empty. It showed a 12-year-old account, a spotless payment history, a score that had jumped by nearly 40 points without him spending a single dollar or opening a single card of his own. He didn't touch Priya's card once. He didn't even know the card number. He simply borrowed her history, legally, silently, permanently recorded in his name. But this is where most people stop the story. And that's exactly why most people never turn this trick into something real. Because being an authorized user gets your foot in the door. It does not build the house. Being added as an authorized user is a starting point, not a finish line. It can boost your score fast, but banks eventually want to see your own financial behavior, not just someone else's. Here's what Daniel did next, and it's the step almost no video mentions. The moment his score crossed a usable threshold, he opened one small credit card in his own name. A card with a tiny limit. Nothing fancy. He used it for one thing, gas, every single month, and paid it off in full before the due date every single time. Now he wasn't just borrowing trust, he was earning his own. 6 months later, he walked into that same dealership, same car, same finance manager, different answer. Congratulations, Daniel, you're approved. Here's the truth about credit that nobody puts on a billboard. It's not about being rich. It's not about being perfect. It's about time and proof. And sometimes the fastest way to get both is to borrow them the legal way from someone who already has them. Daniel didn't cheat the system. He understood it before it could work against him. And now you do too. Let's lock this in. Fast 1. Find someone with a long, spotless credit history. Not good enough. Spotless 2. Confirm their card actually reports authorized users to the bureaus. Always ask. 3. Don't stop there. Once your score moves, open your own small card and build real history of your own. Skip any one of these steps and you either get 0 results or worse, someone else's mistakes become your problem. If this video just saved you years of struggling with a thin credit file, you owe it to yourself to not lose this information the moment you close the app. Hit subscribe right now, because next week I'm breaking down the second legal loophole banks use against you and how to flip it in your favor. Comment the word credit below if you're trying this for the first time. I read every single one. And if you know someone stuck exactly where Daniel was, send them this video. It might be the 11-minute phone call that changes their next 10 years.